Alright, sorry guys, my stream kind of cut off. So I'll make this in two separate videos. So that's the first video. The second video is just going to be more examples that we've done, or that we haven't done. More examples of finding the x-intercepts. Okay. So this next example, say we have the function f of x equals 2x squared plus 24x plus 72. Now again, finding the x-intercepts is as simple as setting the equation equal to 0, factoring, and then solving. So we're going to set this equation equal to 0. So instead of f of x, it's going to be 0 equals 2x squared plus 24x plus 72. Okay. Now this kind of looks a little daunting as a factor. Okay, it's not one of the easy ones where 1 is in front. But remember your first step of every factoring problem. Your first step of every factoring problem should be to look for a GCF. There is a GCF here. You have greatest common factor of 2. So if you pull out a 2, you're left with x squared plus 12x plus 36. Now that becomes an easier one to factor. There's two ways you could think of this. You could just, most people, they see a 1 in front of x squared and they try to think, all right, what multiplies to 36 and adds to 12. That's fine. The other thing to notice is this is a perfect square trinomial. So if you can recognize the pattern, it makes it a little easier. Remember, the pattern for a perfect square trinomial is you take square root of the first, you take the square root of the last, you take whatever sign is in the middle, and you square it. Okay. Now again, if you would have done just product sum, you'd have said what multiplies to 36 and adds to 12, it would be 6 and 6. Okay. All right. So now we have it factored. Okay, so now we're going to set everything equal to 0, set each factor equal to 0. You could do the trivial case of 0 equals 2, which obviously is false. And then you have x plus 6 squared. You only have to do that once, x plus 6 and x plus 6. Solve for x. Okay, subtract 6 on both sides. You end up with x equaling negative 6. Okay. Now, if you would have done the other factor, it would have been x plus 6 again equals 0. You still would have gotten negative 6 out. So what does this mean if we only have one x-intercept? We'll go back to our types of solutions. If there's only one x-intercept, that means the vertex is on the x-axis, which means that that has to be the vertex as well. So this is the x-intercept. X-intercept's negative 6. It's also the vertex. The vertex has to be negative 6, 0. Which means we also know the axis of symmetry, which is x equals negative 6. And just for fun, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept's the c value. The y-intercept's 72. Okay. So just by finding the x-intercepts, we were able to find all this other information as well. All right, and we'll do one more. Say we have f of x equals x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay. Now again, you guys have to be comfortable with factoring at this point. If we're finding the x-intercepts, we're going to find the x-intercepts, we're going to have to set this equal to 0, factor, and solve. So set it equal to 0. Factor, now this one's one of the easy factors. Since there's not a number in front of x squared, all you have to do is find out what multiplies to -8 and what adds to -2. The only thing that's going to multiply to -8 and add to -2 are -4 and +2. So that means your two factors are going to be x minus 4 and x plus 2. Which means your x-intercepts are going to be whatever makes those two factors equal to 0. So you do x minus 4 equals 0. So x is going to be 4. And you go x plus 2 equals 0. Solve for x. X is -2. So your x-intercepts are just 4 and -2. All right, and then I'll go over one more just because they're on the homeworks. I mean, these are the easy ones. If you're given a graph and it wants you to find the solutions, which again just mean find the x-intercepts. So if you're given a graph and it says find the x-intercepts, all you have to do is find out where it crosses the x-axis. Okay. And this one crosses over here at -3 and over here at +4. So your x-intercepts are -3 and +4. Okay. So there's something like that in the homework, so I figured I'd go over it just in case. All right, so that's it. That's the second part. And again, these got split into 2 videos. That's all right. All right, have a great day. Check Classroom for the homework.